Hello friends, myself Dr. Pushpen Kumar Jain, Principal Siriha Sarkar Institute of Pharmacy. I will be delivering lecture in Herbal Drug Technology, topic named Indigenous System of Medicine. Under this system of medicine, today we will be discussing Ayurvedic, Ayurvedic system of medicines. In this indigenous system of medicines, apart from Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, naturopathy, yoga, all comes under this knowledge. A person who is having knowledge regarding all these systems, its history, so under these headings, the main principles today will be studying. And nowadays, there is a wide acceptance for these alternative system of medicine, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, Yoga, Naturopathy, Homeopathic. So all these systems comes under the alternative system of medicine. So as you are well aware that Ayurvedic system is the very old system in our country, and Lord Dhanvantri was the avatar of Lord Mahavishnu, and he introduced this system by giving the knowledge to the sages and then from sages to the physician. So Ayurveda system, all are well aware that two main systems are there. So Indian system of medicine or traditional system of medicine is a accumulation of Indian thoughts of medicine which represents a way of healthy living valued with a long and unique cultural history. It is also amalgamated the best of influence that came in for contact with other civilizations like Greece, which later on result in Unani system of medicine. Germany, they have given homeopathic system of medicine, and our sages, saints, they have given the ancient Ayurvedic system, Siddha system, as well as yoga and naturopathy. So Ayurveda means what? Ayurveda means Aryu means life and Veda means knowledge. So Ayurveda is the science of life. It is a holistic system of medicines which is available in India, which evolved from Brahma's age of ancient India at around 3000 to 5000 years ago. The principle and philosophy of Ayurveda is a man as a complex whole, including our external and internal environment. The principles of Ayurveda are derived from universal law of nature that have changed little throughout the time with subjective, objective, and intuitive approaches to gain knowledge, incorporate with a deep understanding of the unseen intelligence of the universe. The practice of Ayurveda have withstood the test of time. So, friends, you are well aware that Charak, Achar Charak was known as the father of medicine. So, Charak was one of the principal contributors to Ayurveda. He is also known as a compiler or editor of this medical treatise. Charak is generally considered as the first physician to present the concept of digestion, metabolism, and immunity. A body functions because it contains three dosas of, or principles, namely movement, that is bath, pitta, that is transformation, and kapha, that is lubrication and stability. So these three dosa correspond to the Western classification of humors, wind, bile, and Belgium. Another great personality in Ayurveda was Susrat, Achar Susrat. He was an ancient Indian physician known as the main author of the treatise, the Compendium of Susruta, the Mahabharata, an ancient Indian epic text, represent him as a son of Vishwamitra, which coincides with the present recession of Susrat Samhita. So Susrat, he was a great surgeon of the olden age. He used to perform various types of surgeries. So in this traditional system of medicine or Indian system of medicine, just we'll see. So Ayurveda was in the year 900 to 800 BCE. Homeopathy came in the existence in 1850 CE. Yoga and naturopathy, recently we are getting them. Unani came into the existence from 377 to 460 BCE, and Siddha, it came into existence around 700 to 800 BCE, before the Christ. So basic doctrine principle of Ayurveda is, it is believed that entire universe is composed of five elements: Vayu, that is air; Jal, that is water; Akas, that is space or ether; Prithvi, that is earth; and Tej, that is fire. So these five elements referred as Panch Mahabhut in Ayurveda, and they are believed to form the three basic humors of human body in varied combination. So these three humors, Vata dosh, Pitta dosh, and Kapha dosh, are collectively known as Tridoshas, and they control the basic physiological function of the body along with the five sub-dosas for each of the principal dosas. So just see, these are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha with the all five elements, that is body. So Ayurveda believes that the human body consists of Sapt dhatus, seven tissues, that is rasa, tissue fluid; meda, fat and connective tissue; rakta, that is blood; asti, means bones; majja, means marrow; mamsa, means muscles; and shukra, means semen. So there are three malas, means waste product, which we excrete out from the body, that is Urisha, that feces; Mutra, urine; and Swida, that is sweat. So this bath dose maintains the cellular transport, electrolyte balance, elimination of waste product, and its effects is increased by dryness. Pitta dosha regulates the body temperature, optic nerve coordination, and hunger, and thirst management. Heat condition of the body are managed by the pitta. Kapha dosha is increased due to sweat, sweet and fatty food, and it provides lubrication to the joint for proper functioning. The catabolism of the body is believed to be governed by Vata, metabolism of the body is governed by Pitta, and anabolism of the body is governed by Kapha. For a healthy state of health, a balance between the three doshas and other factors should be maintained. So if any imbalance between these three, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, it causes a state of illness or disease, or we can also say vikar. The body is believed to be composed of seven types of tissues called subdhatus. Already we have discussed them. These seven tissues work in coordination with each other for proper physiological functioning of the human body. The Rakta Dhatu resembles the blood and regulates the circulation of blood cells and provision of blood component to the body. The Mamsa Dhatu muscle tissues provide support in the form of skeletal muscles. For the Mada Dhatu, adipose tissues, the Asti Dhatu comprises the bones of the body, and the Majja Dhatu is made up of the bone marrow and fluid required for the foliation of the bones and their functioning. The Shukra Dhatu is responsible for the functions of the reproductive organ of the body. So, considering the bodily constitution, pathological history, the dosas, characteristics, lifestyle, and environmental conditions in an individual's routine life, Ayurveda has many treatment strategies for promoting well-being to the individuals. So Ayurveda employs the Panchkarma method in its therapies. Panchkarma therapy applies various processes for the rejuvenation of the body, cleansing and enhancing longevity. The Panchkarma is composed of 5 karmas, or we can say 5 actions that are used for removal of toxin from the body tissue. They are known as Vireshana, then that is purgation through the powders, paste or decoction. Vamana means force therapeutic emesis by use of some medicines. Basti, that is use of enema prepared from medicated oil. Rakta moch, that is detoxification of blood. And Nashya means administration of medicines like decoction, oils and fumes through nasal route. Just we'll see them in detail. See, Vamana means vomiting, just to induce. Then next slide. These are some pictures of Panchkarma, how this Panchkarma treatment has been done for detoxification therapy of the body. So in practice, Ayurveda has 8 disciplines called Ashtanga Ayurveda. They are Kaya Chikitsa, internal medicine treatment, then Bhut Vidya, that is treatment of physiological disorders, Kumar Bhartiya, that is pediatric treatment, Rashayana, that is study of geriatric, then Baji Karna, treatment through aphrodisiac or eugenesis, Shalya, surgical treatment, and Shalakya, ortho, reno, laryngological, and ophthalmological treatment means otorhinolaryngology means ENT, then Angada Tantra is toxicological study. So this all about the Ayurveda system of medicine. Friends, please subscribe our channel. So in next class we'll be studying the Siddha system and Unani system. Thank you very much.